Welcome back to Radio Control. Welcome to episode... We're up to 6.
Wow.
Yeah, we're doing good. And over to my left, your right, stage right, we have special guest, Alex Jones. Welcome.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
It's early morning for you?
Yeah, definitely.
How late were you working?
I was working till 1, but we stayed till 3.
Right.
So,
Party.
partying hard.
Well, welcome along. Thank you for coming along for
No worries.
I made your mixtape. You made me a mixtape. But before we get into that, do you want to give us a little bit about your life history, the music side of things? Yeah.
The music side of things, I've basically been doing this sort of thing since high school. Had a couple of bands here and there, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Oh, they're
moved
pretty
to
crazy.
Palmerston North.
There's some crazy ones in there.
Yeah, there's a crazy one. Moved to Palmerston North and thought, why not get involved with the radio station? So I've been volunteering up here for the past 4 years, and that's been awesome. And it's just made me blossom into a beautiful young flower.
Indeed.
Music-wise, I've done a couple of things. I was a dubstep DJ for quite a while. Played a couple of shows, and that was a lot of fun. Did a 2:15 gig, and that was probably the highlight.
Oh yeah.
Got to wear a nice hat with, checkered print metal that
Yeah.
people put on like cars and stuff.
They have a hat.
It was like made of it. It was great.
Did they supply that for you?
Oh no, I
You brought it
supplied
along?
myself. Yeah,
That was
And
just the occasion to do it.
yeah. And also, I was in a noise band called Wolfpacks with Jake Lilly, the old station manager, and a guy called Dion, and that was a lot of fun. And yeah, I've got a couple of stories about that, and yeah, that's
Cool.
my life as a musician.
Right on, right on.
Apart from that, I'm just a general supporter
You are
and
indeed.
lover of Palmerston North music.
Yeah, and you're currently our host of the Hip Hop AD show.
Oh yeah, yep, that's the one.
Do we see? We got some hip hop coming
I've
up?
only got one hip hop track
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah.
I've only really just started getting into hip hop, really.
Yeah.
And it's more of just like a general background of where I've come from,
Yeah.
what I'm doing at the moment.
Cool. That works. That
And
works for
6
us.
songs is like real hard to fit in
Yep.
everything that
Everyone says
talk
that.
about.
It's not a. It's not. Well, 6 songs is perfect for an hour, but it's not. It's not necessarily going to cover every single base.
Yeah,
But
but I got a good little cross section.
yeah, I'm sure we do. And we're going to start with. Speaking of that little cross section, starting with the Strokes.
Yeah.
And a song called 1251 from their album Room on Fire. Tell us about
Yeah.
1251.
I really liked 1251 because it was 2003, so I was 12 at the time, and we came home late for some reason. My dad had taken us out somewhere, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was watching C42 or its equivalent, and 1251 came on, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
So I went on the internet and looked it up and tried to find it, and they ended up being my first album I bought. And I just played it and played it and played it till it was too scratched.
Yeah.
I had to actually download this because I couldn't. I didn't have it on my computer, which is disgusting.
Mate, that is disgusting.
But it doesn't affect how much I've listened to
Yeah.
it in the past and how much I love it.
That's good too, because a lot of people's first album they bought can be quite embarrassing. But
Yeah.
I would still stand up and say, I love Room on Fire.
Definitely.
Fantastic album.
I can listen to that album over and over again. It's in my top 5, and it always will be.
Yeah.
There's no skippable songs on the album, in my opinion,
Yeah,
and it's just awesome.
they were doing it right back then. The
definitely
old
were.
Strokes.
It's sort of petered off a bit now, but I still don't mind it.
Yeah, we've discussed this song before as well. You loved a certain part of the video.
Oh yeah, the bit that just caught my eye was I don't know what you'd call it, the rhythm section. At the bottom of the and top of the screens, they just had the scrolling notes on the liner paper,
Yeah,
and I just thought that was really cool.
that is pretty cool.
Really cool.
Really
and 12-year-old
cool.
Alex thought, that's alright. That's a bit of me.
Cool. Well, I agree. I love that. It's a great video. It's futuristic. Which the song is it's the most, it's kind of the only one that gets a little bit synthy on the album, eh?
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's very cool, and we're going to listen to that now. Here we go. First track of the mixtape. I was going to say of the day, but there's been a few already. This is The Strokes with Room on Fire. There you have it.
12:51.
12:51, and you can learn how to play that song by watching the video if you like. Yeah, it's a nice little whatever lead line there. Yeah, it's catchy, very catchy. What are we going to go with next? Because we had them in a nothing order, and now I don't know. I can't preempt you.
I go with the Pixies because that's an easy one.
Yeah, that was one I remember saying last week. I'm getting Alex in, and I know at least one band that he's going to pick, and you didn't let me down.
No.
So the track you've gone with is Debaser off Doolittle.
I thought I'd go with one of the tracks that sort of got me into it, rather than one of the tracks that I'd probably pick now.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah, sure.
So the way that I got into the Pixies was, it was like the LimeWire generation, when people were just downloading things off LimeWire.
Napster, for people who don't remember LimeWire.
Yeah.
Although if you remember,
so it's
Napster,
just like single songs, and you had to like wait overnight for them to download and things like that. My sister said that I'd quite like them, and I didn't believe her because they were called the Pixies.
Yeah.
And I was, I don't know, 14, 13, whatever. So I slept on them a bit, and when I found them myself, I sort of thought, this is alright. Got into them. I'd say they were on par with the Strokes for my listening, probably from when I was 14 to now. So they're really an influential band in my life. I've managed to get some like collections of their stuff, like tapes and vinyls and things. And I don't know what it is about it. It's like aggressive, but not. It's slow and fast, like
quite sinister. At times. Is this the first song you heard from them, or just one of the early ones?
This is the first song that I just kept playing.
Right. The first one that hooked you.
Yeah, most people that's Where Is My Mind or Monkey's Gone to Heaven, but for some reason Debaser really got to me. I ended up. Well, there's a funny story about how I saw them live, because they have come to New Zealand twice, and at the point where I could buy tickets, my mum's partner at the time was going to buy them for me on her credit card.
Yeah.
And I was like, make sure you go on at 9 o'clock and buy them, because if you go on at 10, they'll be sold out.
Yeah.
And she went on at 10:30 and they were all gone.
Of course they were. It's an hour and a half for people to buy tickets.
So that was gutting, and I missed out on that first show, which was all of Doolittle.
Yeah.
But I got the second show in Christchurch and went down, went in early, got there first.
Yeah.
Ran to the front of the stage, was first to the stage.
Nice. So front and centre, whole show?
Front and centre, whole show.
Wow.
And Die played before that, and they're coming up later, and it was just the perfect show.
What
it was
a show.
Amazing.
Did they play all the ones you wanted to hear? Pretty much. I guess with them it's probably quite a lot.
They didn't play is Silver, which I really quite like, but they're not really going to play Silver. It's not really a gig song.
Yeah, well, they did play Debaser?
Yes, they did.
All right, and we're going to play Debaser right now by the Pixies. You're listening to a major mixtape on Radio Control with Alex Jones, our special guest.
And Dave.
Oh, yeah, and Dave. And Dave. Of course. All right, here's some Pixies for you. Welcome back. Bit of Pixies there.
Yes, it was.
Debaser. Confess, who's your celebrity crush?
Kim Deal, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw her she was the only one on stage who had any sort of stage presence.
Yeah.
Everyone else was just getting their paycheck, like, playing the songs. But I think she was pretty drunk. She was interacting with the crowd. It was like, yeah, we were in Dunedin before. Who's from Dunedin?
Anybody in the house from Dunedin?
Yeah, basically that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. You gravitate to the one with the stage presence, eh?
Yeah, definitely. And she's also a female.
Yeah. And
which you can't... I guess Frank Black, you can have a bit of a crush on him, but...
A man crush.
Yeah.
Yep. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing
Not at all. We're going to move to a little bit of some more crazy females involved. The B-52s.
Yep.
In a song called Planet Clear. Tell us about the B-52s and why you picked this song.
A lot of my music listening was done in a car with my dad when we were going on road trips, seeing the family in Hamilton, that sort of stuff. And the B-52s was the first sort of band that I thought, oh, my dad's music is not horrible and bad and like stupid and all that sort of stuff.
I don't think I got one of those moments, but that's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I always have really liked the B-52s, and through that, like the Psychedelic Furs and Talking Heads and stuff like that my dad was really into.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just sort of resonated with me. B-52s is like sort of a poppy new wave band that like not many people actually look very deep into.
Yeah.
Like all of the different parts to it are really, really solid. Like the guitaring is really, really cool.
Yeah.
You've just got to break it all down. It fits together in a really, really nice package. And I just think it's perfect Sunday music. It's perfect Saturday music.
Yeah.
Just depends on your mood you're in, you know. But
good for the weekend then.
yeah, it's a weekend band, I'd say.
Yeah. And most people probably, they don't know that they know the B-52s. They just have heard Rock Lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked Planet Claire just because it's got quite a long instrumental bit at the start, which really does show like their prowess as musicians, not just poppy new wave artists. But
cool.
yeah,
Sweet. Let's get into it. Here's
for
the B-52s with Planet Claire. You're on control. Welcome back. Fun in the studio.
Yeah, definitely. I guess we can move on from what we were just talking about off air. I am a huge fan of IFR 65.
Yeah.
They didn't make the cut for this.
No.
But it was
But they're your
sort of
seventh song.
Yeah, seventh song. It was sort of a foreshadow to what I'm going to play next, which I'll probably go into Skream. I'm a really big dubstep fan.
So just before we jump in, Eiffel 65, for those who don't remember.
They sang the Blue,
I'm Blue,
Dubba Dee Dubba Die.
All right.
They also did Move Your Body and the PlayStation song.
Just so we're clearing up what band you're saying you really love there.
Yeah.
It's the one that did that Blue song. But you can't be known for your worst song.
No.
Is that their worst song? Or you don't mind Blue?
No, I don't mind it. You know, it really got me into them.
Yeah, true.
I've listened to them lately. It's sort of the same sort of stuff. But
yeah,
that one album, Europop or whatever it's called.
Alright, well, sorry to interrupt. We're going onto a little bit of Skream. Yeah. Tell us about Skream.
So, I'm an unashamed dubstep fan. I've been since probably the sixth form or whatever it was, 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
My sister got a flat, her first flat, out of uni. And her flatmates were dubstep DJs, drum and bass DJs at the time. And I thought it was real cool, so I got them to teach me, and they just like dumped all their music onto my laptop.
Yeah, sweet.
And you know when you get a whole lot of music, and you just can't choose where to start?
Yeah, I do.
This was the first sort of like entry into any sort of like drum and bass or dubstep that I'd ever done. So I hadn't even heard of it up until then. So what I did is I just went through, and for some reason Check It by Skream really was something I played over and over again. The MC on it, Warrior Queen, is someone that I need to dig out more. Yeah. Because I think she's really, really good. She just resonates on tracks, and she's got one of those voices you can pick out from anywhere. Yeah, yeah. So, I think that it's a bit more melodic and has got like MC on it is one of the reasons it got me into dubstep. Yeah. And yeah, it's just a great all-round song. Skream, I ended up seeing him live at Fat 09.
Fat 09.
And that was a mission because him and Benga were playing the 2 till 6 set.
Yeah.
So this was me when I was 17. The alcohol I tried to smuggle in got confiscated at the gate. Just staying up until the birds were chirping and the sun was coming over the hills in on the west coast of the South Island. And it was just amazing, like ankle deep in mud, like just dancing around like cans that were stuck deep in the mud and cutting my feet, and it was just a horrible experience and a great experience all at the same time. Yeah, yeah. And
Skream were a big part of that.
Yeah, they definitely were.
And we're gonna go to a track called "Check It" by Skream. Here it is.
Good man is very hard to find.
Welcome back to Major Mixtape. You're listening to Alex's I Made Your Mixtape.
That's me.
That's him over there. That was Skream with Check It, Warrior Queen on the vocals on that one.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, something about that hard-hitting chorus, those drums that...
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's trying to convert me as well. still not quite a fan, but that was very cool. So we're going to go... Which way are we going to go out of these last two?
I could say we can go to Das Racist first and then Die 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 last.
In with the bang. Yep.
Yeah.
I love the Da 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 track you've picked as well.
Yeah.
But we'll start with Das Racist. I should say, as number 5
Yeah.
track out of 6. But right now we're going to go with Das Racist. You Ought to Know. Tell us
Yeah.
about that one.
With Das Racist, they were... this is basically moulded around like what's made me listen to the music I do today.
Yeah.
And Das Racist was sort of my entry-level hip-hop
Yeah.
sort of group.
Yeah.
2011 was when I sort of started getting into hip-hop, and I was just listening to a lot of these guys. It's sort of accessible. It wasn't too, like, gangster. It wasn't... Yeah, I don't know what really drew me in, but it was just something about them. There's a whole lot of other tracks that I probably could have picked, a bit of Outkast and things like that, that really piqued my interest, but...
These guys have, I guess, that kind of indie mentality and kind of very experimental and strange, which I guess is maybe where where you came from in music a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, and then boiled back down to hip-hop.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
Yeah, is definitely something I can get behind. If you ask any of my flatmates that were living with me at the time, whenever they were coming home from uni, I was just sitting there playing Tekken 3 and listening to Das Racist.
Yeah.
It's just something I just love doing. It just de-stressed me.
Yeah.
And it's just like one of those periods I look back on, and You Ought to Know is one of the songs that just like takes me back to that sort of time.
Yeah. Beating up Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting
Sure.
Ho-Ran going.
And it's paid dividends now. If you ever play Tekken against Alex, it's not an easy task, I tell you. Alright, here's a little bit of Das Racist from the album Shut Up, Dude. It's called You Ought to Know. Here it is. You Ought to Know. Das
You oughta
Racist
know.
there. You Ought to Know. We've got some fans out there in the text world. Cheers, Tom. Glad you're enjoying the track.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, enjoying the show too, I hope. So we're back and we've got one song left, and I'm glad we left it till last. I love this track. It is ATTITUD, or Attitude, if you want to call it that, by Die 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 off their album Promises.
Yeah.
Tell us about this one.
So the only really musical thing of note I've done in Palmerston North is I was in my band Wolfpacks,
Yeah.
which was more fun than quality, I'd say.
Oh, there's some quality in there.
But it was definitely heaps and heaps of fun.
Yeah.
When I was doing my vocals, I was basically trying to mirror what Andrew's doing on this track,
Yeah.
and other tracks actually. This was a toss-up between Die Die Die, the Mint Chicks, and Rackets,
Yeah.
which all influenced me like right up there for all the stuff I was doing, and it was just something I was trying to replicate that I don't think anyone can.
Yeah.
I've seen them a couple of times live, and like you were saying off air, the song is just you have to see it live to understand what the idea of the song is.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he just puts his guitar on delay or repeat or whatever it is,
Throws it away.
strums it once, throws it away, and just
Yeah.
goes for it. It's just really aggressive, really powerful. Like it's just really exciting without being heavy. I think.
I think as well when he would do that, it got the energy, but also showed how kind of on point the bass and drummer were in this band, and in sync and just locked
just
in.
keep it going.
Yeah, and they'd just keep it grinding while he was running around being a madman.
Yeah.
They did probably a couple, but they did a Sunday matinee at the Stomach. Came along and did sort of like a 1 p.m. show at the Stomach, and it was. I remember I was always going to go along because Die 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 were really cool, but it was like, is it going to be really weird? It's going to be like daytime and on a Sunday and people are chilling out and they want to go watch Die Die Die. And no, it just blew me away, especially this track. So
It's just so high energy that anytime I listen to it, I'm just instantly pumped up, instantly ready for anything.
Yeah, so. And they will have you chanting ATTITUD
all day.
All day, trust me. Alright, so here it is, our last track. We'll say goodbye just after this, but this is Die 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 with ATTITUD. Like we were saying, you can't quite get across the energy that you'll get from the live performance with something like that, but no. they try.
They definitely try. Good
album too, Promises, Promises. It was one I took some warming up to from their old stuff, but definitely a good one.
I think it's a good move forward.
Yeah. So that wraps us up. That's 6 tracks. It's 13 minutes to a little bit of a shorter one, but that's okay. we started kind of more on time, so that could be all it was.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Alex, for coming in.
Worries.
We'll be hearing from you soon on the Hip Hop Show, I'm sure.
Definitely.
You got a DJ set coming up, yeah?
Yeah, I do. I'm doing a DJ set at the Fish on Wednesday, just before and after
next week.
Hydra Raspberry. So yeah,
next week. It'll only be next week until it is next week, and then it'll be this week. Then after that, it'll be the week that was.
So yeah, I'll basically just be playing songs that fit in with the Hydra Raspberry thing.
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah. From what I've been hearing, it's going to be a pretty interesting little set from you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
keep people bopping along.
Mm-hmm. That's
Chicken
the way. we're gonna go out with a track that I know you love. Anyway.
Yeah.
But that was a Major Mixtape episode 6, I think. Excuse me if it's not 6, it might be 5. I think it's 6, so. And we'll see you next week. Who's it going to be? It's a mystery at the moment. But, yeah, spooky, right? But we've got plenty of interest, and if you are interested out there in being part of it, let us know. Because it's not just about, even though it has been before so far, it's not just about my friends coming.